Welcome back to Marriage or Hell Nah. I hope you guys are out there enjoying the hump day. I know what it is to try to make it to the weekend. For all of you out there that knows what that means. Now, what I'm going to be doing today is sharing a video with you guys about a situation where what happens when child support doesn't go in the favor of a woman. And I just want you to remember this point before I show the video. My father always told me, and this is probably one of the best lessons I ever learned in my life, was from my father. He always said that regardless of whatever happens in your relationship, it's always going to be the man's fault. So just remember that. Now, let me just share with you guys the video one sec, and then we're gonna talk about it as always, just like a family. So hopefully you guys can see my screen right there. And without further ado, let's get into the video.
Mr. Johnson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Just bringing her to court today to try to increase my child support. We have 3 kids together.
2.
Well,
you have a kid, and we have 2.
I forgot she never claimed my other one, so we have 2.
Interesting point right there, fellas. As you guys know, what often happens when we as men have to go choose a woman to be with who has a kid, they often want us to claim their kid and assume that financial responsibility. But notice how she says she's not claiming that other child because she doesn't want the financial responsibility. Let's keep going.
Kids together. She's a realtor. I'm a school teacher. She makes quite a bit of money.
Ma'am, could you please let him finish before you keep interrupting him? I
This
promise
how
you.
the whole relationship
I
has been.
promise you.
I'm gonna let her finish.
I can promise you I will get to you as soon as I'm done with him. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. No problem.
Just like you could get to whatever
Okay,
you gotta
Your Honor,
do.
I am sorry.
Back to you.
It's okay. Go ahead. Please don't get upset. Let's focus on the facts and the children.
All right, I'm bringing her to court today to try to increase my child support. We have 2 kids together, as I stated before I was interrupted. She makes quite a bit of money. I'm a school teacher. I only make $50,000. Kids are on my insurance.
How much is your insurance?
My insurance is $500 a month.
All right.
So keep in mind, you heard that. He's a school teacher. He makes around $50,000, and the kids are on his insurance.
And it's you and the 3 children on there?
Correct.
Okay.
And I mean, I just need a little help. She helps everybody else, but she doesn't help the kids like she should. The 2 kids that we do have together, struggling in school, they're falling behind. I just feel like the amount of money that she pays for all the luxury stuff she has, the Louis V bag, she should put that money towards tutoring for our children or something. I see her looking at me. She know everything I'm saying is accurate, so it is what it is.
Okay.
Any assistance I can get is greatly appreciated.
Okay. Now you say you want to increase child support.
Yeah.
How much money are you getting right now from her?
$450, and I feel like.
Hold the fuck up. I mean, sorry. What? Now, I don't know. I want to state this. Let's be clear about this. I don't know if this is real with this judge or whatever, but there's lessons to be learned here. Either way. So this man basically has 3 children, 2 children with the young lady that you see over there. He's a school teacher on $50,000 trying to take care of 3 kids in this scenario. Let's just say it's real because we have to teach men how to make wiser decisions, right? So he's obviously dealing with this woman and he's only getting $450 for 2 kids. Fellas, tell me what the hell is wrong with that number. There is no way in hell that he could possibly just be receiving that little amount of money. Where some of us out here who have gone through this, and I have friends that have gone through this myself, I know a lot of people that's going through this. They're paying like almost $700 just for 1 child. And yet he's only getting what? 2? I mean, for 2 children, $450. Let's keep going.
I don't know how she finessed the system like that to yes, y'all may need to look into that too.
You so mad that you
The
broke.
Oh, ma'am, don't do that. Don't do that.
I didn't tell him to be a little teacher. That was on him.
Listen,
I'm a hustler.
Now, see, this show was a little bit messy for for my taste. Being honest, when I was making this video, I was like, "Oh my god, it's kind of a little bit too messy," and I don't like our ethnic image being displayed like that. But you have to learn lessons here. So, like I said, this man teacher, she just said that, "Hey, I didn't tell you to be a little teacher." One thing we know is that we should, especially when it comes to men. Yes, men need to make money, and we need to make a lot of money, but a teacher is very important within the community, especially a male, a black male teacher. That's a rarity. Whether that male is teaching in public school, private school, charter school, Montessori school, doesn't really matter. You don't really see a lot of black males as teachers. And when I was growing up, it was important for a black male teacher to be there for me because I was just able to relate to him a little bit more. But yet she wants to condemn him. Now, I will say this, brother has to make a little bit better choices so that way he can possibly earn more money, save more money. But this is the scenario that a lot of us face in the real world and trying to deal with this system. But I want to show this to you and see what happens when it doesn't go her way.
You sell the
Like
little houses, you sell either.
little
Ooh.
houses,
Little houses.
but you taking me to child support court. Oh, okay.
'Cause I need your little. I'm not ashamed to say I need your little money.
Okay. Go ahead.
It is.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I got choked up.
I'm sorry too.
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that
I'm
you got your
sorry.
little
Sorry, I ain't
job
got
and
in-
you need my
in a
little
relationship
money.
with you, honestly.
No, I've been told you couldn't handle me. You couldn't handle somebody like me. But you kept at
I
it.
don't
You
want
knew
to.
who I was.
I didn't get.
Now, this situation is just problematic all the way around, but her attitude is off. He made a bad decision, but there's no way in hell a woman like that is going to tell you that I told you you couldn't handle me. So why the hell do you guys even have children together? So fellas, if you're in this situation, man, you with a woman that's combative, argumentative, talking about you can't handle her, then you start chasing her, and then when you get her, she doesn't want to be with you, but yet y'all managed to have two kids. It just doesn't make sense, and you got to make better decisions out here. But a woman like this, you got to stay away from.
Get my
You
first
knew
gray hair
who I
until I met
was.
you, though.
You knew who I was.
I-
You're a whole
I
teacher
wanna
and you're
forget who
asking
you
for tutoring
was.
for our children.
Yes, that's what they need, don't they? So they can provide their
Okay.
kids with all of this
Okay.
luxury.
Did y'all want me to
Look
step out?
Look how fly she is. I had to go to Ross before I came here and buy this little old get up. Look at her.
Did y'all need me to
goodness.
leave while you all finish
Nah, you
this?
No,
gotta leave.
I'm
'Cause I need
sorry.
some help.
I'm
I know if
sorry.
you leave, you might not come back. It's a long
You're
day.
absolutely
So,
right.
But
I'ma
he's
let you
been throwing
finish.
daggers since he got in here. I ain't say nothing to you. You so mad. It's okay.
I'm gonna hit the mannequin challenge on her right now. Just be
All
quiet.
right.
Okay. Is there anything further before I move over to her?
Nope.
Okay. Now, ma'am,
Yes.
first off, don't call him a little teacher. That's not nice. Don't do that. That is not nice. He is a teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't be sorry.
sorry.
Just don't do it.
Okay.
All right.
I won't do it.
Now, what is it you want me to know?
Your Honor, look, I am just trying to make a living. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. We all have different paths. He chose to be.
Fellas, how many times have you been in this situation where you're going to the court and you're trying to explain that you're just trying to survive, and then they just take all the money that they possibly can, given the laws and the circumstances, no matter where you are in your case, but also within your state. But she opens up with this, hey, I'm just trying to do the best I can type of approach, but yet belittling this man the whole time, calling him a little school teacher. But notice how when the judge flips it to her, she's going to deflect in such a manner to try to lower her value to benefit her.
A teacher. I chose to be a real estate agent. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And I just be getting slack from him because I'm in real estate, you know?
Do y'all
Like,
not
I
get
do.
along?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Once again, so why the hell do you guys have children together? Point exactly.
First of all, all this
No,
that she-
excuse me. Wait a minute. Wait a
all
minute.
this that
She
forgot
said
that.
that she was going to give each one of our turns to talk, right?
You
already
interrupted
said-
You
said
did
the whole
interrupt him a
time.
couple of times, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop it right there because that's just a lot of foolishness. I'm gonna link the video down in the description, but I want to pick up to more of the serious talking points because there's only so much foolishness and buffoonery I can really tolerate. So let's get into it.
That's the second time you tried to put shame on her for selling food stamps and what you call rundown homes or lemon homes. And here it is, you're asking her for
Pathetic.
the assistance, and you're living in one of the houses that she flipped. So what does that say about you?
That he a broke
That I-
little teacher. That's what it
Okay, well,
says.
this, you know what we're going to do?
Come on, Jess.
This is not going anywhere.
So notice once again, she calls him a broke little teacher, belittling the man. Fellas, you know the signs, and even our brother Kevin Samuels points out and calls it sign language, but you know the signs, the shame, the insults, the guilt, the need to be right. It is all in display in this video, but it's so much buffoonery, I couldn't even take it.
Where it's not going to get any better if you all keep going forward. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and order the child support. Now, what he said is true in terms of the child always
It's
being with him.
nothing.
It ain't fun,
It's nothing.
but it's real.
The minute that I flip one house is nothing. That's chump change.
I'm
Keep
getting
that in
ready to
mind.
flip over this bench if you all don't pay attention to what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So the children live with you primarily.
Yes.
Okay.
In my flipped house.
$150,000 per year.
Mhm.
Correct.
All right. 2 kids. That brings your gross to $12,500. Now, I hope you weren't anticipating receiving all of that $150,000 or her child
Honestly,
support to
she
be
could just
based
pay
on
for
it.
the tutoring for the kids. I don't want my kids to be dumb. I want my kids to live the life that she lived, traveling and
I
all
want
that.
my
That's
children to live the life that I
don't
live.
pay for them to go to tutoring.
No, how about Your Honor?
Okay, this is what this is.
Your Honor,
Hold on, hold on.
So you
Excuse
quiet,
me,
Your Honor,
excuse me. This is what we're going to do. Your gross is going to be of that 150,000. It's going to be $12,500. She's actually capped. So in Texas, her
Everything she said was cap.
That's funny all within itself. It's actually the title of this. But the funny thing is too, and it's not funny, but let me clear that up. You got to pay attention to the state that you're living in. So keep that in mind when you're going to be with a woman and y'all are not together, y'all are not married, y'all are just dating and then you have kids. You really need to think about that because it's not only the decision that you're making to choose that particular woman to have a kid with, but also the state that you're choosing to have that kid in. So fellas, you have to be able to pay attention to that because that affects your numbers and then also ties to laws, whether the max income level is capped or not. So fellas, I understand that when you're out here and you're just sleeping around with women and you think it's casual until she says, guess what, I'm pregnant. Not only do you need to be thinking about her, but also start thinking about what state do I live in right now? Or what state am I in right now? And start looking into those laws before you go into that honeymoon phase of, oh yeah, I'm gonna be right there with you. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm gonna be right there with you if you really see yourself with her, but you need to start looking at the laws that pertain to family court laws or family law in that particular state.
Yeah.
Shh.
Okay.
okay. I don't know what that
Like
means,
them
but
caps in your mouth.
I'm going to go ahead. Silver caps.
No, he got the white ones. I paid for them silver
Okay.
caps to be removed. And now he got the white ones.
Okay.
Tell Your Honor that.
Well,
just
moving
ridiculous.
right along,
Moving
her
right
net
along.
resources, they come out to $9,200 because she's capped based on her income. That brings her child support obligation to $2,300 per month. Reimbursing you for the health insurance that you carry for the children every month is $255, bringing your monthly child support to $2,550.
Okay.
God don't like
no,
ugly.
excuse
God
me.
don't
Wait a
like
minute.
ugly.
I
That's
don't
what you
get
get.
paid monthly.
Oh.
Here it comes now, fellas. This is where the shit hits the fan. And when it doesn't go a woman's way, she will lose all sense of rationality, even the little bit that she possibly had. But yet she was just flexing a moment ago, talking about he was a broke little teacher. And this is the situation that we find ourselves in because of the way the laws are set up. But when the law flipped on her, notice how she had an adverse reaction.
It's according to how my houses are flipped. So if I go a month without flipping a house, why did you do
You
this?
better
No,
turn some
no,
more colors.
no.
And that's the moral to this video. Remember in the beginning, I said, my father always taught me that no matter what you do in relationships, it's always going to be the man's fault. And in this moment right here, She said, you know what? Why did I even have some kids, but had no thought about sleeping around, not alone having one kid, two kids. But now she realizes, why did I even do that? And guess what? It is your fault. So, fellas, when you on your road and you trying to think about even making it to the stage, you got to make sure you picking a feminine, beautiful woman that supports your goals. Otherwise, because you don't want to make bad decisions when you're out here trying to build something like this. So try to avoid these situations if you possibly can. But remember, no matter what you do as a man in life, it's always going to be your fault. Until the next one, marriage or hell nah. Luckily, they not married. They ain't got no chance in being married. But fellas, you need to make wiser decisions if you want to make it to this place right here, the happy medium. You need to make sure you're picking a woman that is right for you. So that way you guys are building, establishing a solid foundation, then having kids later on. But also, it's always going to be a man's fault, but pay attention to the laws in your particular state. And one thing you saw in this video is that when it doesn't go her way, she'll lose all sense of self. Till the next one, I'm out. Peace.